We are tracking some big thunderstorms in northern and western parts of the state, and a few of those could make their way towards Hampton Roads later this evening. If you have plans the next several hours, things are looking dry. As we take a look at the radar again, nothing locally. You can see just at the top of your screen the edge of the severe thunderstorm watch box. That's posted through 9 o'clock, just outside of the viewing area. But there are some of these strong thunderstorms up around Charlottesville over the past 3 hours. They've really fired up, but they're very slow movers, only at around 10 to 20 miles per hour off towards the east-southeast. So it'll take them quite a while before they make their way even towards the Richmond area. But again, a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings there, either side of 64 and Charlottesville up in northern and western Virginia. And those couple of thunderstorms are actually out ahead of the main line, which is right through here. This is that stalled front. We talked about it last week that was stalled across parts of the north, and it's just going to waver back and forth over the next few days. And as it gets closer, as we get later into, say, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, those chances for rain will be going up. So let's time things out first through the rest of the evening. Partly cloudy skies, 5 o'clock. Again, some of those showers working their way towards the south and east, but the main line approaching northern and western parts of Hampton Roads as we get towards the 10 o'clock hour, still around Richmond, Tappahannock, and over towards the eastern shore, moving through the Chesapeake Bay. And there's that line at midnight. So the best chances for rain through the evening will be mainly from the peninsula northward, and will likely be a little bit later on this evening as those winds out of the northeast continue. Winds will start to switch around tomorrow out of the southerly direction, and that means temperatures will be climbing. Partly sunny skies with readings up into the mid-80s and a chance for an isolated shower or thunderstorm in a few spots, especially off towards the north and west. But again, we'll only put those odds tomorrow at around 20%. But notice those winds continuing out of the south, and by Wednesday, that's when we'll see a much better chance for some rain, starting off with temperatures in the 70s. And notice how many more of these showers the computer is forecasting. So Futurecast calling for a good chance at scattered showers, possibly a few thunderstorms on Wednesday. So we've upped those rain chances in our forecast as well. Also watching the tropics, and we've talked about this the past couple of days, this swirl of low pressure that is just off the coast of Florida right now. Only about a 30% chance of this developing over the next 5 days. But what it will likely do is move on shore Florida and combine with that stalled front, giving us that prolonged period of some wet weather later this week. Mostly sunny skies right now, 79 degrees out at the airport with those northeasterly winds, but notice we're 90 degrees in Franklin, 87 Surrey, cooler near the water, 74 in Melfa, 75 in Virginia Beach, but 90 in Portsmouth, 92 in Gatesville, 83 in Kill Devil Hills. So for tonight, scattered thunderstorms, especially off towards the north, 68 for a low, 87 tomorrow, a thunderstorm possible, especially off towards the north, partly sunny and hot. Low risk of a thunderstorm tomorrow night, but a better chance for some rain coming on Wednesday, 82 degrees with a 50% chance of scattered showers, and we up those rain chances on Thursday to 65% chance, 60 on Friday, temperatures holding in the low 80s right into the weekend when those rainfall chances will go down just a little bit.